Okay, so let's carry on. So let's say I get an equation such as this, and I need to solve for x. Now again, there are a number of different ways we can do this, but the most simple way to solve an equation with a fraction is to always isolate your variable. So in this case, I can see that my 9 does not have a variable. So let's say I want to isolate x over 2, and I want to undo plus 9. What's the opposite of plus? Minus. So in order to undo plus 9, we're going to minus 9 on both sides of the equation. Now remember, we don't have to show that step. If you want to still show that step, that's fine. So I get x divided by 2 is equal to minus 4. Now remember, my x is divided by minus 2. So to undo something that has been divided, we have to multiply. So I multiply by 2 on both sides of the equation. In this case, 2 divided by 2 is 1, so I'm left with x. And minus 4 times 2 is minus 8. So the value of x would be minus 8. Now you could say, why don't I do an LCD? Which is fine, we can do that. I could say x over 2 plus 9 over 1 equals 5 over 1. In this case, what would my LCD be? My LCD would be 2. So I could take my 9 over first, that would be fine. And I would be left with x over 2 equals minus 4 over 1. What would my LCD be? It would still remain 2. Okay, I say to get from 2 to 2, I multiply by 1. So I'm left with x. To get from 1 to 2, I multiply by 2. What I do in the denominator, I have to do in the numerator. So I get minus 8. So both of these methods are absolutely perfect, and we would be happy if you used either of them. Now let's get a little bit more complex. For example, if I ask you to solve an equation, x plus 2 over 8 equals 2 over 3. Now going back to algebraic expressions and simplifying algebraic fractions, remember, if we have a binomial in the numerator, what is the first thing we have to do? We always need to put brackets around a binomial. The reason for that is because once we multiply by the LCD, we are going to use the method of distribution. Now, because we are working with an equation and we have fractions, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to say, I've got a denominator of 8, I've got a denominator of 3. What is my LCD? In this case, what do 8 and 3 go into? They both go into 24. So we say, now you don't have to do the step, I'm just going to show you. To get to 24, what do? I multiply by 3. So because I multiply by 3 in my denominator, I have to multiply by 3 in my numerator. 3 to get to 24, I multiply by 8. What I do in the denominator, I have to do in the numerator. You don't have to write it over 24. You could simply go into 3, x plus 2 equals 8 times 2, or you could go into 16 automatically. But I would recommend that you leave this 3 outside the bracket so you remember to distribute both terms. I distribute. I undo plus 6 by minusing by 6 on both sides. And my answer to undo divided by 3, to undo times by 3, we're going to divide by 3. And my answer would be 10 over 3. Again, leave your answer as an improper fraction.